Hey guys, and welcome to what is probably the most strangest spin-off game they've ever made by Sega. It's Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine.
Let's be honest, it's Puyo Pop with a Sonic skin because they didn't think Puyo Pop would sell in America.
I don't get that because there's like 50,000 different versions of this game. Like, there's a Kirby version, I know for sure. There's like a billion different versions. So I don't know why they didn't just call it Puyo Pop, because puzzle games like these just sell. They do.
In fact, there is a version that's simply called Puyo Pop. I remember it because I played it in my computer class at Catholic school. But it was a PC game. I'm not sure if there was ever a console version. Anyway, the plot that they superimposed on this competitive puzzle game is Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog centric specifically.
Yep.
Yeah, Robotnik wants to get rid of music and fun.
These are surprisingly well animated sprites, actually.
Surprisingly well animated sprites, but they only have one animation.
Well, or Robotnik anyway is better animated than Grounder, and Scratch just sort of imploded there.
Yeah.
Still better than the Secret Rings cutscenes.
It's like, I'm torn with the story presentation for this game because it looks pretty nice, but it only ever does one thing over and over again. Anyway, every enemy has a face in the middle that belongs to a robot from Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, which, honestly, look better in this game than they ever did in the show.
Are you sure about that? There are some kind of
have
creepy-looking faces for these guys.
No. Have you ever seen the actual series, or at least watched the Nostalgia Critics review of it?
I've seen some Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, not much, but I've also seen some of these faces that these robots make, and yeah.
Well, we'll see. We'll definitely see them all.
It's way, way, way worse than the actual show.
If there's anything that's going to be worth talking about, it's, well, besides the fact that this game fucks you over with those damn rocks. But, other than that, yeah, the expressions are really going to be the talk of the town for this game.
Well, no, you get the rocks if you're not doing good enough, so get good on it.
The rocks are actually caused by scoring, as you can see. So, the real name of the game, at least in single player, is to get as many combos as you possibly can, as quickly as you can make them happen, to fuck over the other guy before he can fuck you over. So, one way or another, most matches in this game are going to be really, really, really one-sided. I'm looking at the Robotnik boss in particular, in which you either demolish him or he demolishes you.
There is no in-between.
That's generally why I'm not as big on these types of puzzle games. Like, I love Tetris. I will play Tetris till the cows come home. But these types of puzzle games, particularly Puyo Puyo Pop and Tetris Attack, Puzzle Challenge, whatever you want to call it, I'm just not good at setting up these combos. I don't see it very easily.
Neither can I. That's why I don't like. I've never been interested in Puyo Pop.
Well, it's kind of like playing a really, really fast-paced game of poker because it's luck of the draw. But you also have to see it coming well enough to set things aside correctly. So it's a mix of luck and skill that, honestly, is kind of infuriating to me.
I can't set up a combo. Like, I'm good at setting up. Like, I'm good at matching colors. Like, I can set up a the 4 that you need to break the beans, no problem. Like, that's not an issue for me, and I think that's why I'm relatively good at Tetris. Like, not AGDQ good, but better than the average Tetris, I would say. I can't set up something so that 30 seconds from now I'll get a 6 combo. That's just not my skill set.
I'm the type of guy that will take the cylinder-shaped block and keep ramming it into the star-shaped hole until it goes through.
Get in there, damn it.
The real problem, honestly, is that as the game goes on, it speeds up, which is fine at first, but by the time you get to Robotnik, the pace is impossibly fast.
Yeah, I
think you gotta bring. Well, speaking of that though, Donnie, like, how often have you played Mean Bean Machine?
Not as often as Spinball.
Did the robot just climax?
Oh, jeez. I didn't see that. You've just ruined my childhood for me. You realize that, right?
This game does it for you. Look at their damn expressions, damn it.
Anyway, how long have you been playing this, Donnie?
I was introduced to Mean Bean Machine with Sonic Mega Collection. So I was around 11, 12 back then. And I actually did manage to beat Robotnik, I do believe, after a few tries of getting used to him. But of course I used the code system you have in this game, password system, to get to him quicker, so...
Well, yeah. So you at least have that option in case you game over. Well,
Yeah.
there is a continue feature in this game, though, right?
Yeah, there is a continue feature which I do utilize because, well, I do die. I think I died 4 times in this, and I do edit those out, so you don't see a single death in this. Unlike the FTCR run, my sympathies. But yeah, there was definitely deaths in this, which I do edit out, and you'll notice when I do edit out a death because there will be a flickering of the screen, like there will be a flash, so to speak. Yeah.
As for
Scooping
me,
is fine.
I actually played this as a kid because, like I said during the Spinball playthrough, I was a major Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog nut at the time. No idea what kid me was thinking because I can't watch that show without cringing anymore. But
Well, it's almost like you were a kid watching a kid's television show, Louis. For
Yeah,
fuck's sake, what is so wrong with admitting that as a child you used to watch children's television?
What?
you know-
I would
but-
never watch such unsophisticated
no.
garbage,
Here's
even
the
in
thing.
my youth.
No, but here's the thing, though. You say that as a jest, but a lot of people straight-faced tell you that when they were kids, they watched better stuff than the drivel that kids watch these days. No, they're lying to themselves. They didn't. Not at all. But,
Again, there were plenty of, like, I say this mostly about, like, music, but it applies to TV shows, too. There were plenty of awful kids shows back in the day, just as there are plenty of awful kids shows now. The problem is that you don't remember any of the bad ones, you just remember the good ones.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing. You know, people claim that they that they had better taste because they were watching stuff like Batman the Animated Series. No, it's not that they had better. It's not that you had better taste. It's just that Batman the Animated Series coincidentally happened to be running at the time, and you liked that along with all the crap you watched. You know, but I played a lot of Mean Bean Machine not because I liked it, but because there was a dark period of history where I had nothing but a Genesis with a broken first player port to play games on. So I could only play games that allowed you to exclusively play with the second player controller. And for me, that was either NHL or Mean Bean Machine. Guess which one I played more?
NHL, obviously.
What about you, Ryan?
I played this once in the Sonic Mega Collection and never again.
Well, what puzzle type stuff do you usually go for if you're in the mood for that sort of thing?
I'm usually more Tetris. I'm not a big puzzle person, at least not in this kind of sense. I'm more of a puzzle platformer,
Yeah.
so
Like
that's where I get my puzzle kicks.
Captain
Same
Toad,
here.
away!
Same here. When I play a puzzle game, it's usually something like Portal or Catherine.
Yeah. If it's thing like what Puyo Pop does, I'm usually playing Tetris. I played Bejeweled a few times.
Same
I don't know
here.
if you guys ever played that.
I had it on my first cell phone, had Bejeweled on it. It was like this really crappy demo version that would only let you play for like 10 minutes before it would be like, you need to buy the full version if you want to play.
I remember
but
when Bejeweled originally came out.
It's alright. Again, Bejeweled felt even more random than this because it felt like a lot of the times, like, you don't get to see what sort of stuff is coming up next in Bejeweled, if I remember correctly. So a lot of the time in Bejeweled, I'd get like 10 combos and like 10 combos without like even trying. It kind of felt very random to me.
Yeah.
You want to know what a good addictive puzzle game though is? Zuma. Zuma.
I cook
That is a great game. Have any of you played it?
No, but I've heard the name.
Me too. I think I've played it years ago, but
Well, Xbox Live, PSN, either or, it'll do you.
I coconuts.
It's like it's hard to recommend puzzle games though because they're hard to describe to people.
Shit
Zuma-
falls, everybody dies.
Now, actually, Zuma isn't a shit falls, everybody dies. It's more like you're this frog statue in the middle of the screen, right? And there are different colored orbs spiraling around in a set pattern.
Oh, that!
Yeah, and you have to shoot different colored orbs that pop up in the frog's mouth at random. So it's sort of like a game of the Puyo Pop nature, but it's not things falling into a box. It's shooting things at other things before they get to you in the center of the screen. Same basic principles, but a different execution.
The way you're describing it, it kind of sounds like Bust a Move.
Yeah, I was just about to mention Puzzle Bobble or Bust a Move, whatever you floats your boat. You guys ever played that? Because that shit was addicting for a while.
What about that Street Fighter puzzler thing?
Oh, Puzzle Fighter.
Puzzle Fighter?
Yeah.
Isn't there an extra mode in one of the Mortal Kombat games that's a puzzle game?
Yeah, something similar, but not exactly the same.
God
I don't
damn
play
focus.
that though.
Oh man, you really ought to have put that that green and yellow on the other side. Oh well.
I
Yeah,
think when it comes, I think the easiest types of games to backseat gamer, if that's a thing, are these kinds of puzzle games. Like, oh, you should have put that there. Oh, why aren't you doing that? Turn it backwards. No, T-spin, T-spin.
No.
Oh, God.
They're easy to backseat game because while you're actively playing them, you're doing the same thing to yourself. Especially in the later stages when the pace picks up, because Jesus Christ. And you know the pace is going to pick up because the music that plays during the robot talking to you scene changes as you go through the game.
Yeah.
I
The
would
only thing I'm
want that
backseat
fight.
gaming to myself when I'm playing this is I should be playing Sonic 2 instead.
Yeah.
Like when that gigantic swarm of trash blocks, or I don't know what they're called in this, but like garbage blocks, whatever you want to call them, fell on Donnie's. I had a mini heart attack because I've had that happen to me. Playing Pokemon Puzzle Challenge was put on the 3DS eShop, and again, I'm not very good at Puzzle Challenge, but I really liked that version, so I got it anyway. And yeah, trying to do the story mode again, like I know that feeling, like, oh crap, 12 lines of blocks just landing on the screen and I'm boned. But you actually managed to save yourself relatively well there. I noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing about this game is that if you're fortunate enough and you're able to come back in this, and be just as stubborn as the computers are, yeah, you can win very nicely.
Yeah. The black baubles disappear when you set off a combo next to them, so that's how you save yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.